Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 31-year-old Virginia resident Geoffrey Sills made numerous purchases in November of 2020. These were all at stores that sell tactical gear. And on January 6th, Sills was seen at the Capitol wearing a gas mask, tactical gloves with knuckle protection, ear protection, and goggles. And following the breach of a police line, as officers were retreating, Sills was seen throwing several pole-like objects at the police. He then made his way to the Lower West Terrace Tunnel, and he was seen on video wrestling a baton away from an officer. He then walked to the outside of the tunnel, and he held up the baton in the air, almost like a trophy, and he was like encouraging the crowd. A short time later, Sills re-entered the tunnel. He still had the baton with him, and this time he flashed a strobe light at the police. And the police report that it was pretty disorienting. Sills also used this to his advantage, of course. He started striking the officers with the baton, and one officer reported that Sills struck him on the head. Sills also struck that same officer on the arm as the officer was struggling with another member of the mob. In addition, Sills struck the officer from whom he stole the baton. And that officer said he sustained injuries to his head, although he couldn't be 100% sure that it was Sills who actually struck him in the head or if it was another maniac. But he recognized Sills as someone who did hit him with his own baton. So Sills exited the tunnel shortly after that, and he posted numerous video clips on Instagram, and they showed him and others attacking the police. He captioned the videos, quote, "Visited the Capitol today, made some friends, and took a tour." But the following day, Sills deleted his Instagram account. So he had a little come to Jesus moment. So Sills was arrested on June 18th of 2021, and he was charged with 4 counts of assaulting officers with a deadly or dangerous weapon, robbery, obstructing an official proceeding, civil disorder, disorderly conduct on restricted grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon, physical violence on restricted grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon, disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, and physical violence on Capitol grounds. Sills opted for a stipulated bench trial in August of 2022, and he was convicted of robbery, 1 count of assaulting officers with a deadly or dangerous weapon, and obstructing an official proceeding, all of which are felonies. So Sills was looking at up to 20 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. And the prosecutor requested a realistic sentence this time. They actually asked for 108 months in prison, also 3 years of probation and $2,000 in restitution. And shockingly, Sills has no criminal history. So U.S. District Judge Trevor McFadden presided over Sills' case, and at the sentencing hearing, McFadden told Sills, quote, "Of all the January 6 defendants I've sentenced to date, your conduct is the most troubling, the most outrageous." Sills apologized to the police at the hearing, and he said, quote, "I became part of the problem. I became part of the mob." Also, quote, "I'm ashamed and embarrassed that we're here today. My actions were out of line, outrageous and unacceptable." Sills also noted that he lost his profession, he lost his right to vote, to own a gun, but he claimed that, quote, "None of these losses is as heavy as the stain I now carry on my character." And he told Judge McFadden that he deserved to go to prison, and Judge McFadden bought it. He sentenced Sills to 52 months in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. He also said that while Sills is on probation, he can only be on the internet for a total of 90 minutes per day, and he's going to be subject to random visits by the probation office. And the judge told Sills that he offered a massive downward departure in the sentencing because he, quote, "had a hard time thinking back to a defendant's statement that was as eloquent in remorse. You said you deserve to be behind bars. I've never heard a defendant say that." Here's why I don't buy this guy's apology. His family set up a Give, Send, Go account, and they've raised $25,000 online. And his donation page says that Sills, quote, faces a long, expensive legal fight for a fair judicial process against the enormous DC machine and their false narrative about that day. They seem to be simply bent on punishing patriots who love this country. Yeah. Okay. Are we supposed to believe that Sills doesn't know about that donation page? That he doesn't know what it says? If he was truly remorseful, he'd tell his family to take that shit down. He'd tell them to stop lying to the public. But McFadden is a Trump appointee, as you guys know. He was looking for an excuse to let this guy off. Period. I mean, yeah, he gave him more than 4 years in prison, but they were asking for more than double that. He violently, physically attacked multiple officers, stole one of their batons and physically attacked them, and used that strobe light to hamper their ability to defend themselves against everyone in that tunnel who was attacking them. It's a joke. It is absolutely a joke that he got off this easy after he didn't even take a plea deal, remember, for these 3 felonies. He went to trial, stipulated, but still a trial. And yet you have other people who have been sentenced to far more time who did not touch a police officer, did not physically harm a police officer. It just pisses me off how absolutely disparate these sentences have been. Anyway, guys, if I hear any more, I'll let you know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.